Hey Han, I'm Chloe and this is the static climb tutorial. My mission here is to share my passion for pole dancing and make pole dancing easy to learn and accessible. This is the 8th video of the beginner pole trick tutorial series. In order to maximize your training out of all the videos, I highly recommend you to start from the very first video of this playlist, as the tricks will be a progression of the video before. The static climb is a very fundamental and important trick that you will be learning from me. You will be able to learn a lot of trick progressions from this particular trick, so we shall break this down. This video is mirrored for your ease of learning. I'll also have a red wristband on my right wrist and my right ankle to indicate the right side of my body if you do get confused of the directions. This trick tutorial is created for you for informational and educational purposes only, and for you to enjoy learning pole dancing from the comfort of your own home. Please participate at your own risk and don't work beyond your capability, and seek help or spotting when necessary. For any health concerns, please make sure to seek professional medical advice. Please also make sure you warm up your body before you start this video. I have a warm-up playlist depending on your level under the playlist warm-up so that you can try them before you do the tricks. If you enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up so that I know to create more of these kinds of videos, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't yet so that you are notified every single week I upload a video. If you're looking to further your pole journey in combining tricks and dance together, then sign up to my online platform Pole Art Vault, where we put all the tricks and dance together into a combo and learning an entire routine with combos and dance together. You can find the link in the description below for further information. Alrighty, without further ado, let us go climb the pole. Alrighty, let's start with our conditioning. Now, with our conditioning today, we are going to start off with our carousel kicks in a split grip. So, we are going to start off with coming onto our toes on the left side of the pole. You're going to grab the pole with your inside hand up nice and high. Remember, you want to be able to see that imaginary face of your watch, or if you do have a face of a watch, being able to see that from this angle. You're going to rotate your shoulder back and then down so that you can engage your shoulders and also your wings here. Outside hand comes across your chest, making sure that you're creating that 90-degree angle with your outside hand. You're going to squeeze your armpit in, and then you're going to bring your inside leg nice and high. So it's the same hand as that top hand that's on the pole. Make sure that you bring it up nice and high, a little higher than 90-degree angle, or creating that 90-degree angle with your inside leg. So with your positioning of your leg, the pole should be right where your knee crease is, right here, and also on the bridge of your foot. From here, you're going to push into your leg, pull in your top arm, push away with your bottom arm. You're going to kick your leg backwards, and then you can bend your back leg. There is your carousel kicks. Now, let's try 4 on each side. We've done 1 so far. So we're gonna do 3 more. All right, bring your inside leg nice and high, kicking it back. Beautiful. 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's try it on our other side. So you're going to come onto your toes, inside hand nice and high, outside hand comes across your chest. Make sure you're squeezing your armpit in, inside leg comes nice and high behind the pole into your knee crease, and then the bridge of your foot. You're gonna kick your leg back. Beautiful. 4, 3, and 2, and last one. Well done. There is a conditioning done. Alrighty, let's get into our static climb. Now with our static climb, we are going to try 2 different grip variations with our hands. Now, we are going to do what's called a split grip and a forearm grip. So let's start off with our forearm grip first, and then we're going to go into our split grip. Now, this is what your static climb forearm grip looks like. Now, this is what your split grip climb looks like. Alrighty, let us break that down. So we are going to start off with our forearm grip first. So you're going to come onto your toes on the left side of the pole. Inside hand comes nice and high. Outside hand comes in front of your face. So remember, with your outside hand, your hand should be right in front of, just around your mouth or the lower part of your face. From there, your elbow comes onto the other side of the pole. So I'm just gonna say that again. Your outside hand comes in front of your face, on the lower part of your face. If your left hand is on the pole, your elbow comes onto the right side of the pole. So make sure that it's not on the same side, but on the other side of the pole. Now you're going to push into your forearm. Inside hand comes nice and high. Inside leg comes into your knee crease and then on the bridge of your foot. Now, from here, you're going to squeeze your other leg in front of the pole, squeeze with the inside of your knees. You're going to pull yourself up so that your tummy is on the pole. From here, you're going to slide both of your hands down to where your chest is. So make sure you slide it all the way down to your chest. From here, you're going to kick your ankle all the way towards your bum, and then you're going to slide all the way down into your knee spin. Or I shouldn't say knee spin because it's not really a spin. Your knee hang, and then you slide down. Well done. There is your forearm grip, static climb. Let's try it on the other side. So inside hand comes nice and high, outside hand comes in front of your face. Elbow comes onto the other side of the pole. Inside leg comes nice and high. Outside leg goes in front of the pole. Squeeze with your ankles and your knees. Pulling yourself all the way up so that your tummy's in the pole. Hand in front of your chest. Kick your ankle all the way towards your bum. Slide all the way down. And then there is your forearm grip, static climb on your other side. Now let's go through our split grip. So with our split grip, this is very similar to the conditioning that we were doing with our hand positioning. Leg positioning is exactly the same as your forearm grip, static climb. So the only difference is your hands. So inside hand comes nice and high, outside hand comes across your chest, squeezing your armpit in, creating that 90-degree angle with your outside hand. Make sure you're rotating your shoulder back and down. Inside leg goes onto the pole, outside leg goes in front. You're going to pull your tummy all the way so that your sternum is on the pole, hand in front of your chest. Make sure you're pulling your shoulder down. Ankle to bum, and sliding down. Well done. All right, onto the other side. Now I'm just gonna give you a little challenge, if you may. If you feel like you are strong enough that you can hold yourself up, instead of getting your inside leg up initially, you can just tuck your knees together at the same time. Now, this is more of like a progression, and also if you feel like doing your climb in a nicer way. So ultimately, you do want to work towards sort of tucking both of your knees up at the same time. But this is your alternative if you feel like you still need to work on your climb. So on this side, I'm going to demonstrate it so that you can keep working towards your sort of ultimate climb without having to bring your inside leg high. So inside hand up, outside hand across, squeezing your armpit in. You're going to tuck both of your knees up at the same time. Make sure your outside leg is in front, inside leg behind. Pulling yourself up so that your sternum's onto the pole, hand in front of your chest, and then pulling your shoulder down. Ankle all the way towards your bum, and sliding down. Well done. So again, if you feel like you're strong enough, make sure you try so that you can tuck both of your knees up at the same time. And make sure you do both sides, and then both split grip and forearm grip. Well done. Now let's go through some tips and common mistakes. Now the first one, it's not really like a tip or a common mistake. It's sort of somewhere in between. It's more of like I guess a suggestion or how I find doing the climb. Now, you might have found that either your split grip is easier or forearm grip easier. You're obviously going to have whichever one that's easier for you. Most times, or generally speaking, including myself, I find that the forearm grip is much easier. This is due to the fact that you have an extra grip point, and it is easier for you to climb once you're able to like push into your forearm. Unless maybe you might not be in the right positioning, which I'll go through after. So initially, when you feel like you're still working on that push away in your bottom hand in your split grip, you can start working on it from your forearm grip climb and then progress into your split grip climb. Now, most of the times, yes, forearm grips are much easier. So again, try working on your forearm grip first. And then if you feel a bit more confident with doing your forearm grip climbs, then you can move into your split grip climbs. Now, the second one, another tip is making sure that you bring your inside leg up first and then your outside leg in front of the pole. This is gonna allow you to work on the progression, which is the one where you tuck your knees both at the same time. And there is the ultimate sort of progression I want you to work towards. Now, let's go through the leg positioning and sort of the common mistakes for that. So the first common mistake I see sometimes is I see both of your knees on the same side of the pole, or I don't know, somehow wrapping your foot around the pole, all sorts of funny things. Now, with your leg positioning, make sure that your inside leg is squeezing into this squishy part of your knee. Now, I'm just gonna get a little close up so that you can see a little better with your leg positioning of your knees. It should be right here where your knee crease is on this squishy part of your knee on both sides. Now, commonly what happens is once you're coming up into your climb, you end up like kind of squeezing onto your thighs. Make sure that you're still squeezing onto your knee and you're not sliding onto your inner thigh. So once you come up into your climb, yes, you will have the pole onto your inner thigh, but make sure that your knee is still the one that's doing most of the work, if that makes sense. Now again, inside ankle goes behind the pole, outside ankle in front of the pole. So this is very similar to your fireman spin that we did in the previous video. If you haven't watched that one, make sure you watch that one. But instead of your knees facing out, you're squeezing your knees together. Now, next tip, make sure that you get all the way up when you're pulling yourself up into your climb. Now, sometimes I do see climbs where you sort of climb and then your tummy's not entirely onto the pole. So you're sort of like, your bum is sort of sticking out or your whole entire body is not on the pole. So make sure that, I know it is a little harder because you obviously have to pull yourself all the way up, but make sure that both of your hands come nice and high, and then you're going to pull yourself all the way so that your sternum is onto the pole. And that is going to allow you later on when we do trick progressions to get into the right positioning and correct technique for your climbs. Now, this third tip I want to go through is getting your hand all the way in front of your chest. Now, this is not a given, but the reason why I always sort of like tell people to pull it all the way to your chest is because when we're working on tricks a little later on that requires wink wink hint inverting later on when we start going upside down, this is going to help you condition once you start doing those tricks. Now, if you feel like you don't want to progress in pole, I I mean, I'm not too sure if you feel that way. I think most people will feel like you do obviously want to progress or you want to learn more tricks. You'd rather do the extra work now so that you don't have to do that once you get to that position where you start doing those tricks. So I just want to start conditioning your body now so that you can, when you go inverting, it is much easier and you won't find much difficulty when you invert. So that's what we're doing. And that's the reason why I tell you to do it. So again, make sure you pull your hand all the way in front of your chest and then pulling your shoulder down. And there is your third tip. I always mention, make sure you wipe down the pole with methylated spirits. Use towel to wipe it down if you feel like you're sliding down. You obviously need extra grip for this one, so make sure you wipe it down. Get some grip aid on your inner part of your knee and a teeny bit on your inner thigh as well, and make sure you get some on your ankle as well. So on the bridge of your foot and then also the back of your ankle if you feel like you're a bit slippery. And also obviously your hands as well. If you need any of grip suggestions, I have all of them in the link in the description. I'm not sponsored for any of the products, but this is just for your own benefit. Now the last one I want to go through is making sure that you have grip on your legs. Now in terms of that, if you do have sort of like biker shorts where your shorts ride up a little lower, then you might find that you struggle with your grip on your legs. Or maybe if you have like socks on, you might want to take your socks off so that you have grip on your ankles as well. So again, make sure you tuck your shorts up if you need to for that extra grip, and taking your socks off if you feel like you're sliding down as well. And those are all the tips and common mistakes I wanted to go through. Just a little mindset tip I want to go through today. I was finding in the beginning of my pole career, or I should probably say when I started my pole journey, that I was really rushing into learning all these fancy tricks and wanting to learn all these tricks. And obviously, you know, if pole is a total new sport or art or whatever you want to call it, if it is a totally different thing for you, it is very normal to feel that. Now, there's no problem in feeling that, but I think I'd say the issue with that is that once you want to learn all these tricks, you tend to rush into not nailing down the foundations and wanting to do tricks even if you're not strong enough to do them. Now, again, I don't see anything wrong with that, but if you want to sustain a long pole career or pole journey and making sure that you're not injuring yourself, please make sure to take your time to learn the tricks, and foundations is super, super crucial. It is boring. I do understand that. It could be very boring at times, conditioning and all that. I'm not a huge fan of conditioning either. But the more I get into pole, I really realize how important it is to work on conditioning. And I've had multiple injuries from just jumping into things and having incorrect technique. That is the reason why I'm very fussy with the technique as well. So make sure you condition your body and make sure that if you feel like you're not fit for doing certain tricks, or if it's a bit too much on yourself, to take a little rest and enjoy your pole journey. Thank you so much for joining me in the static climb tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the very next tutorial. Bye! Now try to, oh my gosh. Careful, Chetty. Now,